All right, welcome back to another haul video. Today we're going to go over 26 items I picked up today. I did a little bit of an experiment, wondering if the weather would prevent other people from going to the thrift store so that I would have a better selection. And the other thing I was thinking was that they're still probably putting out the things from the back and just having fewer people picking over them. So I wanted to see if I could find any gems today. And I think I picked up some pretty interesting items. So what we're going to be going over is that haul. The first item is this black and yellow cycling jersey. I picked it up for $3.50. I did pick it up from the local thrift store for me is Value Village. I picked this up because the colors were pretty strong. It's called the Weezers and Geezers. So I liked the saying that it had on it. I thought it would appeal to certain people. And these types of cycling jerseys go anywhere from $20 to maybe $30. And they're pretty lightweight, so it should be easy to store, pack, and ship. So that's the first item. The second item I picked up is this. Actually, I thought it was going to be an Adidas item, but it's an Athleta, kind of a track jacket. It's got this interesting, you may not be able to see it here, but it's got this interesting ribbed texture here in the V-neck part of the garment. It's a long-waisted item. I think it's a men's. It was in the men's section, so you do have to be careful every once in a while when you go through. I shop primarily in the men's area, and you will see kids clothing, for example. So you might see an extra large show up, and it's clearly miniature sized. That's a good indication that it's a kid's item, but it really takes a little bit of careful inspection to see if an item is actually a woman's garment in the men's section. So the size does run a little bit smaller for women, but typically on a top, you'll see that the woman's cut is kind of tapered in at the waist. And then the other thing is, once you inspect the labels, at times they'll give you some sort of indicator of is it women's or not. But in this case, I'm not super familiar with the different styles of athletic clothing. I assume based on the size, this is an XL, that it's for men. I paid $14. It's in good shape, and I understand that Athleta is a pretty decent brand, so I picked it up. I'll have to do a little bit more research on that. All right, next item I picked up went for $17. Now, I paid up for this. It is a Puma full zip activewear top. It's a little bit heavier, and just kind of a standard black, but what caught my attention was the Ducati. This Ducati screening on it, and you'll see the Ducati, like there's this special looking zipper. Let me see how I can get that. The zipper is stylized, and that's on all the zippers. And then you also have this Ducati logo next to the Puma logo on the back. Anyway, Ducati is a motorcycle brand, and I think that it will have kind of a special appeal to Ducati riders or owners or whatever. So this is it's a little bit stylized. It's not too fancy or different, but you can see the stitching and then some detail here at the collar, which is a little bit different. So I did pay up for this. I'm gonna try for something probably like $39 for that, and we'll see how it goes. All right, I would have rather paid something like $12, $13 or less on that, but the Ducati brand did get me. I kind of think of it as like a Porsche brand or something like that. All right, so the next one, $4.50. This is a Nike branded polo shirt, so size XL. Nothing too special about it. It is a nice kind of a turquoise blue. I do like this embroidered It seems a little dark there. Let me see if I can adjust this. This embroidery on the chest, it says FW Masters. I don't think it's the actual Masters logo. So I'll do a little research to figure out what that might be. But I do think it's an interesting logo nonetheless. And then there's this mention on the sleeve. This is embroidered on the sleeve. Don Francisco's Coffee. So that is, I really picked it up for the price. $4.50. A golf shirt like that, a polo shirt, Nike branded, probably $20 all day long. Let's see. Next item is a Travis Matthew extra large. Paid $8.50 for this item. It is a polo shirt. Travis Matthew is pretty strong brand in the golf community. The chest pocket has this interesting detail there with the logo, which is kind of this this TM thing. But you can see that, so the fabric is a nice feeling fabric, consistent with the Travis Matthew brand. This golf shirt I would think is going to get between $20 and maybe $28 if I can. It's a nice looking shirt. Next item is a full zip kind of, it's like a sweatshirt. Maybe, I don't know. This is Activewear top. It's embroidered with Under Armour, University of Washington on the front, on the back, Washington Huskies. It is in the school colors for the university, the purple and this light tan. I paid $3.99 for it. So $3.99 on an Under Armour top that's a little bit heavy. This is not like a really flimsy, thin material. Although it doesn't say cold gear, it would kind of be in that kind of weight. I'd say it's, I mean, it's a decent weight. Anyway, but for $4.50 or $4, size medium, I didn't think I could lose on that. Under Armour has a good following. University of Washington Huskies has a good following, so that should be pretty easy to sell. All right, this next item is a hoodie. Let's see. I paid $9 for this. It's an extra large. So this hoodie says Forum across the front. And so what happened was when I looked at this hanging, so it's the Forum is kind of this patch that's stitched onto the front. It's kind of like felt. It's a nice graphic, a little bit of a throwback vibe to it. The hood itself had this really cool stripes of, what is it, brown, yellow, and orange, kind of like, I don't know, just like fall colors or whatever. And so I decided I would look up Forum. It just feels like a heavier weight, like hoodie, full zip. And what I realized was it's reversible. So on the inside chest you have more embroidery, and it has pockets and so on. But anyway, this Forum brand, I believe, is a ski brand. And so again, I paid $9 for this. I looked up the comps. I think it's like $40 to $50 comps on that. I don't know. Hoodies you got to watch out for hoodies like this. The weight is typically over a pound, so you're no longer able to ship in first class, and so that's probably like 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds. So you're going to be in the priority shipping. It may be a little bit too big as an XL, and a little bit too much material to fit into a padded flat rate envelope. So I'm going to be looking at about $9 to $12 to ship on that. So you got to take that into consideration. All right, next item, Tommy Bahama pullover. It's a quarter zip. It is a Denver Broncos quarter zip, Tommy Bahama. Tommy Bahama brand, I don't pick up a lot, but it's $4.50. It does have very good brand recognition. It's gray. You can see the orange details, the orange marlin on the back. And I thought, well, you know, Tommy Bahama's size medium. it's a pretty well-known brand and not too bad. And then what I realized was, just like the other hoodie I just showed you, so this says Tommy Bahama Football, which I'd never heard of before, but this thing is also reversible. So on the inside you have the Denver Broncos Bronco logo, and you can actually reverse it. But so I'm not really sure if, here you go, so if a lot of people would wear it reversed, because the weird thing about reversed apparel is you still have to do something with the tag. So anyway, I thought that was kind of a cool pickup. $4.50, definitely worth that for me. I would say pick that up every time. And again, as far as Tommy Bahama goes, I think some people would say it's a saturated market. I don't do a ton in it, but it is a very well-known brand that people would search for. And when you can combine one, like a brand name that people would know and search for with some other reference, in this case Denver Broncos, now you have a much stronger item in terms of searchability. So you're going to be coming up on anyone that searches for NFL, Denver Broncos, Tommy Bahama, and as well as the style itself. So that's kind of a tip there. So in the University of Washington item that I had here, you've got the University of Washington along with Under Armour as two search terms that could come up. All right, this next item is a $6, what is this, a quarter zip pullover. It is by Hugo Boss. The brand is just Boss on the tag. It is a pretty simple black pullover, and it's got kind of this nylon satin detail across the shoulder and down the sleeve. I picked this up, see if I can sell it. I might wear it before I sell it, but anyway, kind of a simple black top. All right, I mentioned we had 26 items, so I'm trying to get through this and make it useful for you as well. Next item I paid $4.50 for. Somehow there's a lot of people looking for this brand out there. It is a full zip fleece vest. It is a Patagonia brand. So Patagonia right there, and it's a size XL. It also has this embroidery on the chest. The Peregrine Fund. So I thought that the bird embroidered there was kind of cool. It's a very standard gray full zip, and it's got Patagonia also near the waist. $4.50 for Patagonia brand. I don't find a lot of Patagonia, but I assume that that's going to sell pretty quickly just on the name brand itself. All right. I'll switch it up. So I was going through the sporting and electronics room in this particular Value Village near me, and I like to kind of find things that I'm not actually looking for. So discover things that might be interesting. And what I found was this bag of something. I'm not very familiar with this Black Mountain Products. And the price tag is $2.99. So part of what we're doing as pickers, you go out there, is you're trying to find kind of hidden treasure, and you take a gamble on some things. But it comes in this carrying bag, which I thought was kind of cool. And what was inside is a bunch of these different thickness, different color stretch bands, along with, I don't know, they have straps and hooks, and anyway, they're resistance bands. I haven't emptied this out, so there's other kind of strappy things in there. I did look up, what is it? Black Mountain Products. I did a search in eBay for that while I was there. And there were a lot of comps well, not a lot, but the comps that came up were, it showed that they were the resistance bands and the different types. And I think they were like $40 and up. So $3 gamble on this, I thought was worth it. And then plus, it's pretty neat and easy to pack and store. So this is, it's not too bad. So we'll see what happens there. All right. Another clothing item. So again, at the beginning of the video, I said, hey, the weather out here is not that great. And so I was wondering, could I find some things that would ordinarily be picked over before I would be able to get there as a consequence of the bad weather and few people being in the store. Well, I don't know if that theory has anything to do with this next item, but what I found when I went into the store, so I went into the jackets area. So this jacket was $12.99. I'll show you the brand here in a moment, but it's a kind of a lighter weight or mid-weight puffer jacket, more of a fashion puffer than like super thick. It's got this hood with the this faux fabric front. So anyway, kind of a classic black, an interesting jacket. And the reason why I like these jackets is because the perceived value of jackets, and not even perceived, but the actual retail value of jackets is higher than of like many of the shirts that you would see. And so if you can pick this up at a similar price point, you saw I paid on some of these $16, $12, whatever. And so this jacket is in a similar price point, $13, but it's a jacket, so I should be able to charge more. Now shipping tends to be more on these, and in terms of storing these, it takes a lot more space to store these. But this is what I found that was kind of exciting and interesting. So the brand. So this brand is Versace. So the Versace logo here, and it says Versace Sport. The thing that I found most interesting, so Versace I found interesting, the made in Italy I found interesting, the price point on the jacket, $13 I found interesting. When you look at the liner on the inside, you see kind of this is a common Versace kind of motif. So I thought, well, that would be really cool. But I know that there's a couple of Versace brands out there. There's now I'm going to mess up some of the details on this, but there are two Versace brands. The one is the very well-known designer, and everything is high-end, expensive Versace fashion. And then there's a cousin or someone who has a similar. I don't know if they're related to the family or not, so don't quote me on that. But I think it goes under Gianni Versace or something like that. But you'd find that more in kind of the department stores. And so I was trying to figure out while I was comping this is this the higher end brand or the lower end brand? So I started doing some comps, and it comps out, and it seems like to me that this is the higher end stuff. So I'll have to do more comprehensive research on that, but if that is actual Versace, what you could probably expect is to flip that $13 into $100 or more. So that would be a super cool pickup. If not, if it's kind of just an off-brand, $13 for a puffer jacket, kind of a fashion jacket, I would say maybe $25 on the low end. So I feel like there's really no way to lose on that. So let's keep going. All right, next item. What do we have here? Oh, I paid up for this. It's $14. This is a Marmot jacket. So Marmot has this brand, or a logo. That's the logo, kind of the mountains in the shape of an M in the circle with the reverse fill. And the name brand, in case I'm saying it wrong, or you see the brand itself instead, is like this. So there we go. That's what it looks like. This is it's just kind of a nice quality, full zip, navy blue with light blue zips. It's a full zip jacket, hooded, and kind of got this firm visor at the top of the hood. Anyway, Marmot is a brand that I think does pretty well. It's in good shape, nice colors, $14. I should be able to hopefully get $25 or more on that. So we'll see. All right. Try to speed this up a little bit. So we have this white item. White items are hard to pick up because they will often have stains or just be dirty. This is an Adidas Climalite size large. It is in the golf collection. This is, I picked up for $4. It is a quarter zip long sleeve, kind of this ribbed texture on the body. It's just a golf pullover. It is from the Plateau Club, which is not too far from where I live. So I may store this on myself a little bit before it goes, but silver embroidered Adidas at the hip. So just a nice activewear top. The next item here, I believe, is a Nike, $4.50. $4.50. This is a Nike pullover. It is a quarter zip, kind of more of a modern neckline on that mock neckline. This heathered gray with texture and reflective accents with the Nike logo. There at the wrists, it has the thumb holes and kind of like these fold out, like folded inside out, kind of makeshift gloves. This, I believe, is a running top. Anyway, Nike running top, quarter zip pullover, $4.50. All right. That was bag number one. Now we're starting to get more into the hard goods. So I picked this up. It's a portable DVD player. It is from the brand Initial, and I think it's a 10-inch display. I bought it for $7. If you saw not long ago, I picked up this 5-inch portable DVD player that is basically the little brother to this. And so I thought I might keep this to test with. Anyway, so that might be a keeper. That was $6. Then, so also in the electronics area of the Value Village I went to, I saw on the very bottom shelf, I saw these speakers, kind of this bi-directional satellite speaker thing with a brand name that we should all recognize. If you don't, it's Bose. Bose is kind of pretty well known for their speaker technology. So I found not just one of these, but they each went for $8. I found 5 of these, and so there's one, there's 2, we'll keep going, 3 and 4, and then the 5th one. And so I wondered, like, are there differences in the connections? No, all the connections to each of these is the same, which makes these kind of all the same. Bose typically is higher value electronics if you can find it and they're not damaged. The comps on these are like 20 per speaker and up. So that was kind of a cool find. Then I got this, we talked about Marmot a minute ago, this Marmot puffer vest, $9, size medium. It's just a simple black puffer vest with nice fill. So that's in the haul. This next one, this will be the special effect for the video. So as I said earlier, let me get through with the rustling. I like to look at the jackets. And some of the vintage jackets are kind of cool. I found the following. It's a North Face. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, and then I'm just going to show you what I'm dealing with. It's a North Face ski jacket. It's North Face Extreme. Uses Gore-Tex, made in the USA. I picked this up. It's a size large. I picked it up for $16. Okay, so let me show you what I got. So it's this kind of royal blue color with this bright red and then black. Here's the label. So North Face Extreme, kind of cool that it was made in the United States. Gore-Tex is a kind of I associate that with higher value products. Here's the embroidered logo on the chest. Sorry about the lighting. There it is. So cool colors, but so this jacket actually is not just a jacket. This jacket is like the full pants too. So it's like a full jumper. So I got a full jumper of North Face for $16. I have not comped that out, but the shipping of this is going to be probably expensive. Again, it's bigger, bulky, heavy. Might need to look at pirate shipping that, or FedEx Home, or Smart Post. So that was kind of a cool pickup. I think for $16, I would not be surprised if this comps out at $80 or more, hopefully on the or more side. But I should be able to get at least the $16 I invested. All right, so far, I think a pretty good haul. I think we've only got a couple things left, and then we'll wrap up this haul video. Okay. I have another, this is kind of a soft shell jacket. It is an Under Armour large. I paid $17 for this. $17. I might only get $25 for this. It's not a slam dunk buy at all. Quarter zip, heavier, like I said, soft shell kind of pullover, quarter zip top, Under Armour stitched on the back. It's got this TPC golf embroidered Snoqualmie Ridge, which again is in my area. So this might be one of those things that I hang on to myself before I actually get it sold. So I don't mind paying up for it, because if I were to buy this myself at the golf club, it would probably be a $75 jacket or more. 2 items left. Okay. This next item, I'm sure you'll recognize, but to recognize it is not enough. I want to show you kind of what I looked at that made me think this is actually worth picking up. Because to look at it just alone, a lot of people must have passed over on it, unless my idea of shopping during bad weather is really a good strategy. Maybe a good strategy, but anyway, so here it is. Some of you might be saying, what the hell is that? It is a phone. It is a wall mounting phone. These are heavy duty metal bells. It is rotary dial telephone, and it has kind of an old familiar logo there, which back in the 80s there was a lot of telephone companies, even before the 80s, well before the 80s, that all collapsed and became ultimately AT&T. So Southwestern Bell, I think there's like Pacific Bell, probably Eastern. There was a lot of different parts of the country that were telephone companies that were loosely associated with the Bell name. But so the fact that these aren't very thin metal or cheap plastic, this is quite heavy to feel. It's got I don't know, it's kind of an interesting handset, but this is a solid oak. This is actually oak wood box. It has these finger joints here. The joinery is really higher quality. And when I looked at the back, so I paid, there we go, I paid $10. But when I looked at the back, I was like, okay, this is actually old. It's not new, made to look old. So we've got this Pacific, what is that? Pacific, or Western Electric, sorry. Western Electric there, and all this metal backside. So I did comp it out. I forget what the comps are, but it's like $100 comp. So really interesting telephone. I'm sure it works. I can plug it in and test it out, but man, rotary dial phone, solid oak phone box. It is hinged. There's kind of this lock looking thing that I can open and take a look at the insides. But that was kind of a fun pickup. All right, sorry to go on and on about that, but I was kind of excited about that. That was a $10 thing that will probably... sorry, I thought I saw another logo on there, but $10 flip, probably $50 or more on that. Okay, last item. I had no idea what the heck this was. I picked this up in the electronics area. So again, just kind of rooting through things that looked interesting. This price tag was $5. It's a larger object. It's like 12 by 12 by 4. And what caught my attention was this. I was like, what the heck is that? So it's this kind of clear tube. This could be my thumbnail. Hey, this clear tube cylinder thing in the center it reminded me of a speaker, but when you look at the top, it's actually not a speaker. It says, whoops, I have that upside down. Anyway, it says Bon Air, and then this compartment has a handle, and it comes out. And so I was like, wait a second, this is definitely not a speaker. And when you look at the model number, this is a model number, where did it go? Here it goes. So Bon Air model number BUL8000. BUL8000. This is an air purifier, humidifier, warm or cool ultrasonic humidifier with advanced touch screen controls. So I haven't tried it. I did not try it when I was there at the thrift store, but I did comp it. There are comps that are, I forget again, but I'm going to say in the $100 range. And I really kind of attribute my, like the heads up for this as a bolo from Lonnie from Garage Flips or Shed Flips. Either of those channels, you can check him out on YouTube. But Lonnie is the guy who would always pick up these purifiers at garage sales, not this particular style, but just any of those styles. They're kind of like a large glass bowl with a plastic motor on top. And he said these things just, they are easy to list, they flip very quickly, and it's surprising how much you can sell them for. And this is kind of a higher end version of that same thing that I'm excited to test out. And we'll see how this does. But this haul in total, I spent $217.74 for these 26 items. I think in just a couple of these items, I will get my money back. And I expect that I think it's a pretty good haul. So let me know what you think of the haul. First of all, what'd you think of the video itself in terms of how I'm showing the haul stuff? I'm sorry it took so long, but I did want to include a little bit of an explanation for why I picked up what I did. But let me know about the format. If you like the format, if you don't like the format, anything that is some feedback that you can provide on that would be awesome. But yeah, let me know what you think the home runs are out of this, or any of these items that you think you might not have even stopped to look at twice that might be something you want to take a look at in the future. Anyway, I'd love to hear your comments down below. Check out my next video. I'm going to keep the haul videos going. I'd like to do the what sold videos, but honestly, there's only about 3 of those I get per day or two. I've got a ton of inventory that I've been accumulating. So as I list more and more of that, hopefully the what sold videos will start to come up as well. But anyway, thanks for watching. This has been bizarREsale. I'm Bob, and I hope to see you on a future video. Thanks so much for watching.